Hey there, this is K4A, Knowledge for All educational videos channel. We are continuing with making Scratch tutorials, learning Scratch blocks, learning Scratch, and in this video today we are going to try to learn how and when to use Scratch block which is named change variable by. Okay, let's go to Scratch. If you have selected some other kind of Scratch blocks, some other kind of group of Scratch blocks, click on the one which says variables, and then let's find the one which says change game score by 1. In my case, in your case it could say change my variable. If you haven't followed our previous lessons and you don't have these variables which we have in our game, like game score, inventory, lives, and player health, and so on, maybe you don't have them, maybe you have just my variable, it doesn't matter, it's also the same block. So find this change my variable by 1, and in my case I will pick game score. Okay, so what this Scratch block does and when we are going to use it. You're going to use it in lots of cases, and this is where we can actually finally see the power of variables. As their name says, variables, that means vary, that means changing. And as you have, if you have seen our previous videos, you know what variables are. If you haven't, then go and see make a variable video, and I will make a short recapitulation of what we have learned. Variables are some kind of containers, boxes, drawers, jars, imagine them as you want, but they will hold information for you. So as you can put something in your box and then take it away, same goes with variables. They are containers in which you can put information like numbers, like text, and so on. In our case we have made a variable which was named game score, and in that box, in that variable, we are going to store number which will represent our game score. Simple as that. Because game score is information which will be changing non-stop in our game. Like if you make some kind of I don't know, if you collect something in your game, you make points, then change game score and add that amount of points, that number to game score, and so on. That's why this game score information has to be variable, because it will change through your game. Same goes with player health. It also has to be variable because it will vary through the game, it will change through the game. So for example, if the enemy hits you, if the enemy shoots you with some gun, with some bullet, you will lose your health, so your health has to change. If your health is 0 or less than 0, then you will lose your life, and so on. So there are lots of information that you will have to store in variables, and those variables will change over time. Let's finally click on this variable to see what will happen. Let's see first on our stage what game score variable says. It says 0, so nothing. We don't have any number in it now. We have 0 number in it, and if I click on it, look on the stage, it turns 1. Why? Because I have clicked on this variable, on this Scratch block which says change game score variable by 1. If I click again, it will change. Simple as that. If you don't want your game score to change by 1, you can just type here instead 1, maybe 10. Simple as that. And look at the screen. Now we have our game score rising by 10. Simple as that. Very, very easy. We have learned before, and now we can see why did we need this scratch block which says set game score. We have used it here on the start. So when I start the game will start sorry, with game score 0. Look at the screen now. Simple as that. So this all works, but let's see it a little bit more in practice. And I will let me see. Yeah, I had, if you I will first hide this button, concert button, sorry, hide. Okay, and I will unhide. I will show star 3, star 4 and star 5. If you have watched our previous video, then you know that these stars were made in our previous video when we have learned how to turn sprites, how to react on touching one, on collision, on touching cat, and so on. So we detach them because we didn't need them. I will attach them again. Star 5, star 4, the same, and star 3, the same. Okay, so I will just make them a little bit spaced out on the screen. Yeah, I have to touch sprite star 3, sorry. So I will check once again if all of those are shown on the screen. Okay, this works, and this works. Okay, so what do I want to do now, and why did I show them again on the screen? Well, to show this new scratch block which we have just learned, I will click on star 3. If you don't have it, you can make it easily. Just put this block is most important for us in this example. If touching cat, then start sound collect and hide. That means we will simulate like cat is collecting the stars, right? Look at the screen now. So it's like simple platformer or collecting game where you have one character collecting some kind of items. It can be instead of stars, it can be coins and so on. In our case it was star because we have clicked here on choose sprite, and we have we found star sprite here under the S. Here it is, simple as that. So if you don't have it, you can make it fast. Just copy this code into your star and it will work. But now we're going to try to add this new scratch block which we have just learned. So click and drag it from variables, change the game score, and I will now attach it where I want. Let me first say my problem loud so I can know what do I need to solve. I want my cat to gather 10 points when she collects the star. We have coded here star collection already before, and it is here as I just said. If touching cat, then start sound collect and hide. So that's where I have to put this change game score. I won't be adding 1, I will be adding 10. So let's see if this works. Look at the game score variable here at your top left. Currently it says 0, but now when I collect the star it should turn into 10. Simple as that. So this is how your game can be more complex. Star 2 and 3 are not working because we haven't added this new scratch block yet. I will do that also. So change game score by 10, change game score by 10, And let me see if this works. Game score is 0. If I collect 3 stars, every star counts 10 points, so I will have 30 points. Let's see if it works. 10 points, 20, 30. And if I go on the next level, you can see that this game score still remembers how many points I have, so it's very easy to use and fast. Scratch programmers did some kind of work for you. Some other work you will have to do it on your own, but it's all very easy and fast, and you can experiment as much as you like and try to make more complex game with these new Scratch blocks which we have just learned. So this was the fastest and the simplest way to show what variables are and how they work and how important and powerful they are. I think you should understand everything which I have just explained here. If not, ask me in the comments, but it was very simple and easy to follow. And the next few tasks which you can try to solve could be for example cat player health. That's also variable, right? Like this game score. So you can, for example, make some kind of enemy here, or maybe try to code this, try to change this star into turn it red. So if cat touches the red star, it will lose 10 health points, and if it collects the yellow, it will collect 10 game score points, or so on. And we will see maybe in next few videos, or maybe in some complete game tutorial, how to solve that if you cannot do it on your own. But again, it's same process, only different actors, different sprites. Or you can, for example, if you have followed our tutorials, you have this acid and lava ponds, so you can, for example, use them for that. And like said, if the cat touches the acid or lava, lose player health, you can lose 10 points, or you can make it lose it every second by 1 point. You can lose 1 health point by every second, and so on. So you can have endless possibilities. You can have whatever you want, and you can do it now easily with variables. I will show some more and more complex examples in more complex tutorials and complete game tutorials. For now on, I think this is more than enough and for our game so far. So anyway, don't stop here. Try to experiment on your own with variables and Scratch in general, and I will see you in next videos. Until then, share what you have learned with others, share your knowledge and everything you can. Bye for now.